Hey Taurus, welcome to Get Life 333 Tarot. My name's Jackie. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm going to be doing a You're Not Together But You Don't Feel Finished card, spread rather. I did the last 2 weeks of March, first 2 weeks of April reads already, so I just thought with everything going on with Pluto and the South Node coming up, you know, we're going to have to be dealing with cleaning out all the shit from our life and figuring out what to hold on to best serve us. I'm just seeing a lot of the comments that I'm getting, and people are in a really weird space in their relationships right now. So I just thought this might be helpful, giving you some seeds for thought and seeing where you guys might be at with this relationship that you've recently, relatively recently anyway, have gotten out of. And guys, this is not for those of you who are in a relationship with an overt narcissist. This is not for you. If you have a partner who, you know, is an alcoholic, has drug addiction issues, is a serial cheater, treats you like shit, never makes you feel good, any of these things, this is not a reading for you. That reading would be called, you know, you're not together, and good for you that you're not together. Okay, because you can't mitigate those relationships. They're brutal, they're heart-wrenching. I've been in one myself, and there's just no upside to being with a narcissist. So this is not going to apply to you if that is your situation, okay? So yeah, we have a lot of interesting energy in Taurus. You know, you guys should know that you have the 8th house, which is the planet of death and reincarnation. Jupiter's going to be retrograde in that coming in April for you guys, which is, you know, interesting energy if you are talking about a reconciliation. So let's see what we end up having here. Okay. And these are your crowning energies. You have the soulmate card, and your partner has breathe. And these crowning energies would be your challenges, okay? I did shuffle before, but I do like to do a quick last minute shuffle on camera. Interesting. Okie dokie, let's see what we have. Soulmates, this is your crowning energy. Taurus, okay. This relationship kicked your ass, okay? As soulmate relationships do. This is, okay, a love in the deepest sense. So powerful that you're never going to be the same now that you've had this. And this doesn't even matter how long you've been in this relationship. It really doesn't matter. The bond is so compelling and overwhelming that, as dramatic as this sounds, it has the power to break you open, if that makes sense. There's a reason that they're in your life, and it's to teach you a lesson that you're meant to learn. And these lessons are always lessons about ourselves and feeling pushed to the brink of having no choice but to really take a hard look at ourselves and our patterns and things that we allow and don't allow in relationships. And the thing is this, very often with soulmate relationships, you can do everything right, whatever the hell that means, but you know what I mean, like in the relationship where you feel like you're on point with everything and whatever, but you might be dealing with a person who's presenting you with a set of circumstances that go so against your grain and go so against what you believe to be true in your life. But the lesson there might be that very idea, that maybe you need to reassess and reevaluate how you look at life and how you let people treat you, or how you treat other people, or it will stir feelings up in us, you know, when we're with soulmates, that there's a lesson there and you absolutely need need to look at it. Because you have to know that whatever lesson is learned, no matter what we read here today, any lesson learned, you are all the better for it. This is only good. It's only good. And that's something that, that term soulmate gets flipped around very flippantly. For those of you who have seen my red thread, my red thread of my soulmate connection, your red thread is the one who it's like ride or die until the end, solid. But the truth is, many of us don't meet our red threads in this lifetime. And if you don't believe in that stuff, then you don't believe in it. But, often our soulmates are, this time around, in this incarnation, they're there to be our teachers. And some of them can last for many, many years, and some of them for just short periods of time. And we can spend the rest of our life with our soulmate, happily so, learning these lessons. But it just means that we're going to be coming back to learn even more lessons next time. When we have our red thread connection, that is our final connection, and the one that we were ultimately meant to be with. Okay. Anyway, I don't want to digress too much in that. So you guys got soulmate as your crowning energy. And this is your challenge, right? So you have the soulmate, but this is your challenge. This, whatever happened here with this person, and the lessons that you're learning are very hard lessons right now for you. And your partner's challenge is breathe. So this is someone who's very impatient and very, I'm getting two things. They're very impatient, and they want things on their time and in their way. Okay, but I'm also getting this also does indicate that they could struggle with being able to get their thoughts together and be proactive about things. This does indicate, as an energy, this does indicate the potential to be a little lazy and a little apathetic about situations, not being very proactive, and this could actually work very much against them. The tendency to deflect emotions right now. Okay, so those are the crowning energies. So let's get into this. So this side is going to be you, Taurus. So right now, let's just kind of like get right into it. So starting out, we have the Queen of Wands energy. So you know how to get things done, Taurus. No question, you're a Taurus. You know how to tap into your own energy within yourself and even those around you. You're just very intuitive. It's very, very, very tuned in, and others can see it and feel it. And the thing is, regarding the relationship, you knew intuitively exactly what was going on in the relationship, and you knew exactly what needed to be done to fix it. You just did. You knew. And we have the Magician, where in your mind, you knew. Okay, because I feel like it's a major arcana, and I'm still getting this energy here. Yeah, so you know that you have all that you need to make any desired changes in your life, but you might be struggling to feel this in your heart right now. More, you know it in your mind, but you're not feeling it in your heart. You're really trying to keep your perspective clear about everything, staying grounded in the way the Taurians do. So you feel the potential here. You just feel such potential, but you have this hesitation, and this side of the Sun card and the vice versa, this indicates, rightfully so, for you to have these fears and doubts, that the energy is justified here. But Taurus, this energy wants you to keep moving forward, doing two things, okay? First, be sure you're on the path that will serve you well in your life without this reconciliation. In other words, don't make choices right now with the understanding that you two would definitely get back together. Make sure you're on a path, though, that supports both scenarios, reconciliation or not reconciliation, okay? Because this is the thing. The Sun card is such a positive major arcana overall, It's terrific energy. But this side indicates doubt, and rightfully so. You have every right to feel the way you do right now. But if you change your life path too drastically, like moving off to a new country, or, something super, like savagely dramatic, you may eliminate any chance of revisiting the space with this person, and it will not serve you. I'm getting that if you do that, you're running away from something. So just don't do anything rash like that, for those of you who might have that in their mind. And some of you might not be thinking this. Guys, this is a general read. So you have to take what resonates and throw out the rest. And also what I'm saying for you could apply to your partner and vice versa. You know what I mean? Okay. So moving forward here, let's just get your entire your entire side read first. So we have the Nine of Wands reversed here. So yeah, just feeling such strong opposition. You felt such strong opposition at a point, very unfairly treated. You felt like you worked so hard with no recognition from your partner. That's what this indicates. No matter what you did, it was never enough. And it got to the point of you feeling like, why the hell am I even bothering with this anymore? Now, equally, you could be the one with the obstinate and inflexible attitude. I have to say that. But regardless, this indicates healthy boundaries being crossed in some way. Like one of you did something that just totally crossed the line. Okay? And then you have, this is a follow-up energy, like, wow, of 10 of Cups. So this indicates to me that something ridiculous happened. It was very painful. There was a lot of conflict, but you guys cycled back to each other and you guys gave it another shot, right? You really tried to create new balance. You tried to get past whatever this was. You guys were absolutely trying to figure it out. You were, okay? But the problem here is whatever happened, either you or they just weren't able to get past it. This just indicates such disappointment, realizing that this relationship that you really thought at one time to be pretty perfect is actually not materializing in the way that you thought it would. And it made you feel pushed out and confused. And this could also be either you or them. And I have to say it, this could be you, okay, because it's a core card. So the core card could definitely be either you or them. Just becoming really untrustworthy, and unreliable. This energy indicates somebody who's more hooked on the chase with no intention of going much beyond the honeymoon phase. All right, serious commitment issues, inconsistent, unpredictable when challenged. Somebody who deflects everything back onto you. This energy suggests stepping away, since there is little to gain from this person, but ongoing drama. And that's what I'm getting, Taurus. Like, either you kind of went off the deep end, trying to... All right. But let's call this what it is. It is not a major arcana. It's a core card. So this does not have to be forever. But this is a space that either you're in right now or your partner's in right now. But yeah. Yep. Or up to this point, yes, for sure. Okay. Very irresponsible, inconsistent. But I do get the feeling here that you guys did try, and yeah, it just didn't work out the way that you really were hoping for. Okay, so now let's talk about your partner's energy. And guys, listen, there's no gender here, right? None of this, the genders can be flipped. Okay, and I say that just because this is the Empress, the reverse side, and the vice versa of the Empress. So this energy says that your partner reached a point of stepping back and looking at their future and the future of the relationship, and feeling that at some point, moving forward, moving on from you, would ultimately bring them to a better place. It became a feeling that they just couldn't ignore anymore, Taurus. I'm sorry if that sounds harsh, but I have to read what's here. And then we have the Fool energy, and this is the thing, Taurus. Rather than doing anything reasonable or logical or safe, They almost haphazardly ended things, is what I'm getting. And they went on this run of jumping from experience to experience, looking to gain wisdom into their happiness, except they ran into this temperance energy, which made them ask themselves, where exactly did they feel out of balance? This energy pushed them after they went through a run of doing stupid things, making poor choices. They got to this point of asking themselves, what was really wrong? Like, where is the imbalance really? What parts of their life need improvement? You know, what do they need actually to feel real, like, harmony in their soul, you know, peaceful? They were weighing things out in a big way. This indicates, though, that they were blaming you and your relationship for feeling initially out of balance and feeling off. You follow? Because I'm getting that this epiphany, if we want to call it an epiphany, was born out of them identifying that they felt unhappy and out of balance in their life, and they just wanted to leave and go have these other experiences, but they didn't get what they were looking for in those other experiences. So now they were left in a space where, like, okay, wait a minute, you know, I left with myself and I'm having these new experiences, but I still feel this vacancy, and I need to get in touch with that and figure out how exactly am I to become more balanced, okay? And then we go into the Knight of Pentacles reverse energy, and this is two things. Your partner mismanaged their money somehow, got bad advice, maybe they took a chance on something that didn't pay off, and I'm feeling like that might have inflected all of this stuff that they're going through. Something happened, but this also says that they're very stubborn and that they literally can't see others' viewpoints. You know, this is a very pessimistic energy, unwilling to step out of their comfort zone. They may tend to be materialistic, and, you know, we're not completely honest with you about things, Taurus. You know, regarding, you know, because it's a pentacle energy, it could be regarding money or even their willingness to be supportive partners. You know, they weren't really honest about their capabilities and how willing they were to actually be there for you. And I don't feel like it's because they didn't want to. It's like a weakness, if that makes sense, that they were identifying. And we go into a Five of Swords energy, so they felt like they just couldn't win with you, that they would never feel, how do I say this? Because it's not your fault. It's not like any malice was done by you. It's how they understood the situation, that they felt that they were never going to be able to win. It was just too much stress, continued challenges, you know. They felt the only way to maintain any self-respect, they felt, was to walk away, because they got to a point of realizing that no matter how much they yelled, or, you know, in their mind, try to reason with you, that the stake in the relationship was just dug deeper and deeper into the ground. And they got to a point of feeling like it was just done. And I don't like how they were dealing with those emotions, Taurus, because then we go into the Page of Cups reverse. I'm not laughing. It's just ridiculous, because Taurus, this is like me. I call this my baby narcissist card. And listen, it's a core card, so it's not permanent energy. This is not a personality flaw. This is just a period of them acting out, of immature acting out, you know. Yeah, I mean, this indicates somebody who's like very emotionally, like, needy, attention seeking, you know, very unreliable, obsessed with their own needs, you know, not in a good space to communicate at all, too much partying. Like, this is the card of intoxication, you know, just too much partying going on. And Yeah, this could very well be, though, the way they dealt with their feelings. I mean, just let's call it what it is. Now, this makes perfect sense to me if we look at these two. This Knight of Cup energy and the Page of Cup energy, this could absolutely indicate that they were doing this and you found out about it and it was just... Or you just suspected it, not like they told you or anything, because you guys maybe were broken up during this point, but it hit you, it really hit you hard, really disappointed you. That could definitely be it. Or it could be that you both handled the ultimate outcome of this situation pretty similarly, except your partner did it more immaturely. You were more mature about it. If that makes sense. But yeah, I have to tell you, I don't feel any sense of resolve with this, so I need to pull cards. I haven't pulled extra qualifiers in the other readings because I felt like, I don't know, an answer was had, but this is just like, okay, you guys are just both being like stubborn and partying, and what's gonna happen, I really don't know. So I just want to pull a couple of cards here. Let's get some qualifiers. Okay. All right. I feel a little better now. I have a little clarity. Okay. This just became way too much for both of you. You both felt like there was no winning with each other. You were feeling like the lessons are like, I can't deal with these lessons that I'm learning. I can't deal with the bullshit from this person anymore. I love them so much, but I just can't anymore. And listen, if they broke up with you, you're devastated, heartbroken, and you got to a point where you knew you either just had to move forward or kind of die emotionally, you know? And they got to the space of just feeling like they couldn't win. So it was like, there was no more room in that cup. It was totally like just either gonna completely shatter and dissolve, or this stuff has to slowly leak out, you know, one or the other. Because this Ten of Swords just indicates all of this energy that just needs to be put down. But I feel like you guys put it down, because then you have the Three of Cups. And I love this Three of Cups because, listen, you know, the Three of Cups is possibilities. And also the way I read the Three of Cups is the understanding that cups are emotion, right? So one cup is you, one cup is them. And then the third cup is actually the relationship. And you guys understanding that this unity has to happen, but that you need to approach it from a different way. You have to be creative in, and what do I mean by creative? That's such a general term. You have to rethink how you guys have been doing relationship, and you have to figure out a different way. And I feel like this is happening because you guys miss each other, Taurus. You miss each other. Yes. You want that happiness, that happy home, but you miss each other, but you end up working it out, because then we have the Four of Wands. Yes, that's stability. That's happy home. This is stability. This is the card of stability. Oh my gosh, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. I've been through the whole thing with you guys. Yeah, this is a very complete message, and this is going to happen. Okay, but listen. I'm going to remind you of what I said before about Jupiter being retrograde in your in your 8th house of death and reincarnation. Okay, this is going to be reincarnated. Jupiter being in their retrograde is going to help you guys figure it out in April. Okay, because we're still in Mercury retrograde, it's ending like I think on the 28th. It's not going to be out of shadow until about the 11th. But this is definitely moving forward. Yeah. Guys, I hope whoever this resonates with, I hope this, I don't want to pull a yes, no card, because this is just so clear. Because if it ends up being a no, then we're going to have to talk about it. And if it's a minor arcana no, I'm not worried, because it just means no, not in this minute. But ask your question, Taurus, okay? Ask, are you and fill in your partner's name going to get back together, or are you and fill in your partner's name going to stay broken up? Ask it however you want. Just be consistent with how you ask it, and ask it 3 times. Okay. Okay, so we have the 7 of Cups, which is the card of confusion, but it still is a very positive card because it also shows incredible possibilities. But the fact that it's reversed just tells me not right yet. So this is possibilities, but just not right yet, which is exactly what I'm feeling here anyway. So this is really good. I like that because this is possibilities. This is taking everything apart and looking at it and rebuilding from ground zero, which is totally what Jupiter in retrograde is going to command that you do if this is going to work. Because all the old stuff and your old ways in the relationship, not going to fly this time around. It just won't. And you guys need to understand that if you're going to be together. Yeah. Taurus, that's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and hopefully you can take some seeds from it to encourage thought about not only yourself and how you process things, but maybe some ways of you thinking about how your partner processes things as well. All right, thanks so much for joining me. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.